Days of Our Lives week of June 23rd preview: Johnny arrested for EJ's tried murder. Xander's sinister Sarah trouble. Days of Our Lives: Beau and Hope Salem return. When will it be? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers exercise videotape for the week of June 23rd to 27th reveals that we'll see a happy marriage day as Paul Merida and Andrew Donovan tie the knot. Still, there'll be drama brewing in the whodunit plot since Rachel Black will admit to Marlena Evans that she knows who shot Uncle EJ DiMera. Days spoilers say Rachel will point the cutlet at Johnny DiMera and stir up plenitude of trouble. Although Marlena and Roman Brady will calf Johnny, he'll swear he didn't actually pull the detector. Unfortunately, Jada Hunter will still arrest Johnny for EJ's tried murder latterly in the week. Further substantiation will come to light against Johnny, so he'll get hauled down to the Salem PD soon enough. Days of Our Lives' daily exercise videotape also shows Rafe Hernandez catching Kat Green off guard and also making a phone call to report information. While Rafe gives someone updates, Philip Kyriakis will be tortured by agonies of Xander Kyriakis beating him up. Indeed so, Philip will stick to the arrangement he's worked out with Xander and hide his family's guilt. Days spoilers say that's not going to work for Kate Roberts Brady, who'll assure Roman that she's going to make sure Xander pays. While Sophia Choi seeks further help from Melinda Trask, Xander and Sarah Horton Kyriakis will have another guardianship-related sweepstakes. You're insane if you suppose I'm just gonna let you cut me out of her life. Xander exclaims about Victoria Kyriakis in Days' daily promo. When Sarah wonders what that means, Xander will ominously suggest they'd more hope she doesn't have to find out. It's clear that Xander means business when it comes to Victoria and this guardianship feud, so bad news could be brewing. Days of Our Lives spoilers say the week of June 23rd to 27th will bring some highs and lows, so stay tuned. CDL will have other sizzling Days of Our Lives spoilers, news, and updates to read up on, so make us your go to Days of Our Lives source. Days of Our Lives: Beau and Hope Salem return. When will it be? Days of Our Lives sees it has been a bittersweet couple of weeks with Beau Brady and Hope Brady, and they left so soon. I mean, too soon, I suppose. We're going to talk about when Beau and Hope may be coming back to Salem since they did promise they would return. Beau and Hope's recent departure, a bittersweet return to Days of Our Lives. So, of course, Utmost suckers were rejoicing when Beau woke up from his two-time coma after Sean Brady shot him. But this has all been bittersweet because getting the life-saving drug to save Beau, John Black's life. Plus, Beau and Hope were slightly back in Salem before they over and decided to leave again. And Platoon Bope suckers are seriously dissatisfied by this brief visit to Salem, especially since we were promised a big reunion 2 times ago for them. And rather, Beau fell into a coma and there was no love at all between him and Hope. Far from it. It was terrible. And now, of course, it's thrilling that Beau eventually came out of his coma, girdled by Hope and Sean Douglas and Sierra Brady, and he got to meet his newest grandkids, little Beau and Addie Weston. Obviously, it was nice that Beau and Hope came home for John's burial. Plus, who can forget all those great flashbacks about their love story? But Wednesday, June 18th occasion appeared to be the last of Beau and Hope. Although they did promise to return to Salem eventually, and Beau reiterated Salem will always be their home. But the question is, when will they be back? Of course, people want to know. And the big concern is whether it's going to take another tragedy to bring the addict pets back to the show. A death commodity like that on Days of Our Lives. Addict disappointment and unfulfilled promises assaying Beau and Hope's plot. For numerous Days of Our Lives suckers, Beau and Hope's departure came surprisingly too soon. After only a couple of weeks back on the cleaner, they decided to leave Salem. And to me, it sort of feels like another heist like what happened with the last reunion, on Beyond Salem Chapter 2. We saw Beau in heaven when Hope was shot by Thomas Banks, and also at the last nanosecond we see he's in the big test tube, and he's alive, and his eyes open, and also they brought Beau over to the flagship show, and they gave us this big old promo promising a Beau and Hope reunion. That was a couple times agone. And if you recall, Beau didn't want anything to do with Hope. Thanks to Megan Hathaway intruding with his mind, he'd gotten all adult and also Kiriaki's fixated. That was when Sean shot him, allowing his pater, Beau, was going to shoot his mama, Hope. That was an absolutely infuriating exit for suckers that had been promised to see Beau reunited with Hope in all those promos and interviews for their comeback.
It was just a huge bait and switch.
A happier reunion and unborn appearances. What's next for Beau and Hope? So, I'll surely say that Beau and Hope's return this time was 1,000 better than last time. And I absolutely give the new Pens props for how they pulled it off. I did like that at the veritably least Beau and Hope got there happily ever later. And not only did the Nuko Headriders eventually give us a real Beau and Hope reunion, but we also got to see Beau visit with family and musketeers. Although the multitude of inconceivable flashbacks to the stylish boat recollections, was veritably pleasurable, it felt way too fast for them to go. And the flashbacks ate up so much of their scene time, so they didn't actually have a lot of fresh new material. Days of Our Lives NBC teases suckers? Plus, I feel like they were kind of teasing us with this whole thing about Beau and Hope working for Steve Johnson rather than him just retiring altogether from being a PI now that his mate from Black Patch, John, has failed. So, Beau and Hope were talking about that, and Steve mentioned it. And also we had Beau and Hope planning to sail down on the fancy phase. They also talked about going to South Africa and other far-flung places to see family and start their coming adventure. So perhaps the thing with Patch will turn into Beau and Hope coming back to Salem now and also for, short return bends every so frequently. I mean, Beau and Hope are wind up happily ever later, and you generally need couples to break up and cheat and do stuff to produce drama, and obviously they're not going to do that. So, I do suppose they're going to be back for good at any point. Peter Reckle lives in Alaska. He's not looking to dislocate to LA, but he's happy to visit. Megan Hathaway's implicit return, will she hang Beau and Hope's happiness? So, our leaker mentioned that Days of Our Lives could do a marquee plot with Beau and some kind of Kiriaki's family plot. Maybe that'll overload for the 60th anniversary occurrences coming November 2025. Still, perhaps 2026, because that's what we're rephotographing now, if not. And don't forget that Megan is still out there nearly. She'd love to get her conniving hands on Beau again. The last time we saw her was 2023, when Drive Rolf helped her leave Salem on a submarine after being shot as Bone does. So, is she alive and well, and conniving to get her High Academy squeeze Beau back under her control again? That would be enough cool to see. If she does, Megan, of course, would have to fight Hope for him. Megan formerly had Hope plugged down by a gun at her marriage to Harris Michaels. So, yeah, I'd like to see Hope get some vengeance for that. Attic responses and unborn prospects. What do observers want from Days of Our Lives? So while I feel like we got a happily ever after type of exit for Beau and Hope that was satisfying to some extent, it was so rapid fire. They woke up both from that coma on June 2nd, and he and Hope exited this week, June 18th, and that sounded kind of unsatisfyingly presto. I'm guessing that what we're going to get now are off-screen mentions where Kayla Brady or Steve say they've heard that Beau and Hope are visiting Claire Brady and Theo. Stuff like that. I mean, them going makes sense because Beau hasn't seen his granddaughter Claire a long time. I mean, it's a phenomenon her granddad is awake at all. We've not seen Claire in a hot nanosecond moreover. So, I don't know if the Pens are teasing further adventures on screen or just explaining why Beau and Hope are leaving so soon, and it's going to be just off screen from then on out. I suspect it's the ultimate. Days of Our Lives suckers, not happy. We've also got some addict critics of Beau and Hope's exit that are upset that they're gone so soon. They're glad. I'll say it's a small but passionate body of complainers on cleaner social media that have this station of good disposition to Beau and Hope. Some observers are worried that the last occasion with them was boring. I saw it called a snooze fest because people didn't want to see all the flashbacks of their relationship. I tete-a-tete enjoyed them. Some complain that the Beau and Hope exit took time down from frontal burner stories they wanted to see that are going to move the entire show forward, like the Philip Kiriakis and Xander Cook feud. We also saw the disquisition into who shot EJ DiMera tabled while we concentrated on Beau and Hope the last couple of weeks, and others fussed that bringing Beau and Hope indeed compactly took down from John's burial. Although I've also seen a lot of people saying they were glad to see that Beau made it to the burial to express his thanks and condolences and gratefulness to Marlena Evans for John's immolation that saved his life. So one thing we know from watching detergents is you see and make everybody happy. So if you can make utmost suckers happy, you're presumably going to call it a good day. However, keep your fritters crossed that they will be back for the Corner's 60th anniversary occurrences laterally this fall, or perhaps into 2026, if you're a super addict of Beau and Hope. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.